Dodgers superstar Shohei Otani may have been the victim of a multi-million-dollar theft. The person in his circle now accused of stealing all that cash. And the Southern California student who just punched his ticket into a very prestigious competition. You're watching The Rundown. I'm Jonathan Gonzalez in for Robin Winston. And Dodger star Shohei Otani is without his interpreter after lawyers have accused him of stealing $4.5 million. ESPN sources claim Ipe Mitsuhara used that money to pay his gambling debts, and that the wire transfers were sent from Otani's bank account to an associate of an alleged illegal bookmaker, Matthew Boyer. Boyer's attorney says his client has never met with or spoken with Otani, but the Dodgers confirmed that Mitsuhara has been fired. If convicted, he could face time in prison. We reached out to Mitsuhara, but have not yet heard back. The federal government wants to make life more difficult for criminals in Southern California. They're now teaming up with local law enforcement to train them on how to bring criminal charges to federal court. The LAPD, the LA County Sheriff's Department, and the Ventura County Sheriff's Office are now part of Operation Safe Cities. This will expand federal gun charges and force criminals to face mandatory minimum sentences in federal court. There's been criticism of LA County District Attorney George Gascon and reduced sentences for gun charges.
We are being collaborative in this. We're working with our state, local partners to make this a success. I have personally spoken with the district attorneys of Ventura and Los Angeles, and they are supportive of this effort to make sure that we're targeting the worst of the worst.
Gascon's office says he fully supports Operation Safe Cities and rejects the idea that it's an attempt to sidestep his jurisdiction. Other local agencies are expected to join this operation in the future. Hundreds of transportation workers say they're ready to hit the picket lines if they do not get what they want. This will impact 370 members of the Teamsters Union, which includes city bus drivers, mechanics, and utility workers who say they're not getting paid what they deserve. They voted Wednesday to authorize a strike, but it wouldn't just impact their union. These workers serve hundreds of thousands of people in Los Angeles.
We need more money so that our members can have a living wage. They don't just service the city, they live in the city. And by the way, their children do too. So we need to make sure that they're able to take care of their families.
Local 572 says they've been in talks with LADOT for months now and has been negotiating with the city's contractor, MV Transportation. We reached out to both parties regarding this potential strike and have not yet heard back. Gas prices across Southern California have surged to their highest point since November. The average price for a gallon of regular close to hitting $5 again. Right now, the price in LA County, $4.99, and it's not much cheaper in Orange County and the IE. Prices have jumped 19 cents in just the past month. We've learned that there was no big winner in Wednesday night's $699 million Powerball drawing, which means Saturday's Powerball jackpot will climb to $750 million. Friday's Mega Million prize even larger, an estimated $977 million. How's the weather shaping up heading towards the weekend? Here's meteorologist Shauna Mendiola.
Hi there, everybody. We are looking at a dry forecast here as we wrap up the week, but look at the weekend. We've got a chance of rain returning with temperatures dropping about 9 to 10 degrees in most spots. If you live in the IE, you're going to feel that. We'll be down from the 70s to the 60s, and we're going to see that both Saturday and Sunday. So have that umbrella handy as we watch for the chance of rain to arrive. Now, this system is looking a little weaker than previous storms because the tail end of the system will sweep us, and that's going to give us a chance of some showers. So all rain is looking fairly light for us here in Southern California. We'll see that for your weekend. And after we get through your weekend, we've got a dry forecast again. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. We are in spring and feels just like it should. Average highs all the way through next week. Have a good day.
Well, two men accused in a murder for hire plot in the Inland Empire are now set to face charges in court next week. Pastor Samuel Pasillas in Victorville was arrested for the crime last week. He's accused of hiring a hitman to kill his daughter's boyfriend. Riverside police say this began with a shooting back in October. You could see several bullet holes in her boyfriend's car, but the victim did survive. As detectives followed up on the case, they say several text messages led them to the possible motive.
After uncovering, I want to say over 100 search warrants for digital evidence, uncovering this plot where he paid almost $40,000 to these suspects for this shooting.
A 55-year-old Long Beach man was arrested on suspicion of conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder, and assault with a deadly weapon. The pastor was arrested at his home in Victorville. Video released by the LAPD shows a dramatic takedown by a police dog following a chase and a crash.
Let go of him! Let go of him! Clutch! Let go of him! Clutch!
This happened about a month ago in the Carthay Circle neighborhood of Los Angeles. You could hear the canine's handler there telling the dog to release the man suspected of stealing a car and leading officers on that chase. They say the suspect, 21-year-old Ian Jimenez, was treated for his bite injuries and was later arrested. Members of several advocacy groups are now trying to stop the eviction of a mother and her kids in El Sereno.
Shame on you.
Shame.
Shame.
Throwing out a mother and her kids.
They're protesting the decision of the Housing Authority of the City of Los Angeles to evict this family. According to one of the groups protesting, the mom was part of the agency's temporary housing program, but is now being evicted because she was unable to find permanent housing after 2 years. They say decisions like this one are making the city's homelessness issue even worse. 5 campuses will be closing within the Inglewood Unified School District. The school board deciding to close Hudnall Elementary, Highland Elementary, Kelso Elementary, Crozier Junior High, and Morningside High School at the end of the upcoming 2024-25 school year. Some families believe that new development in Inglewood have made their school sites prime real estate, but the board says it's declining enrollment and decaying buildings that are making it tough to keep those schools open.
My daughter's school, Worthington Elementary, which was less than a mile from the new Clipper Stadium. Now we see Kelso, which is across the street from the stadium, is one of the schools. And then Morningside High School, which is 0.6 miles from the stadium.
These are not easy decisions to make, but the time has come to make decisions. Simply put, we're operating more schools than we can afford to operate.
The school board says declining enrollment in those decaying buildings are what's making it so tough to keep those schools open. An announcement that will impact your credit card and future car loan payments. The Federal Reserve has announced that it will hold interest rates steady once again, but also signaled there are plans for multiple cuts before the end of the year. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell says inflation has eased substantially, but noted that the current rate of just under 5% is still too high. He added the Federal Open Market Committee remains committed to returning inflation to its 2% goal. This all comes as Americans continue to feel the burden of higher costs and inflation. LAUSD officials unveiled a new artificial intelligence tool they hope will help students succeed in school. This is ED. It's an AI learning acceleration web platform and chatbot. Students and families participated in an immersive ED simulation at the Edward Roybal Learning Center. Officials say the system will use student data to create personalized action plans for every student unique to their learning needs. It also supports parental involvement in their child's education, including looking up their child's grades, attendance, and test results.
I heard students and parents saying, why did it take so long? For students, I love the fact that I do not need to log on so many different times to access the resources I need. One single login, and I am in the universe that knows me.
Superintendent Alberto Carvalho reassured families that this platform will not replace teachers. A 5th grade teacher from Pomona lost everything in a fire. Now her school community is coming together to help her and her family recover. Our Anastasia almost spoke with the teacher, who says she's so grateful for all the support.
Sydney Causey is a mom of 3 and works as an elementary school teacher. She lost her home in a fire last week.
And my son came in around 1 o'clock and was just screaming, you know, there's a fire, there's a fire, there's a fire.
Causey says she awoke to a bedroom on fire Thursday. With her husband out of town, she instantly went into mom mode.
I get up, I go in there, and it's like startling because it's like more than I expected. I ran back to my room, got my girls up, got my phone.
She says by the time she got her 3 young kids out of the house, her home of 13 years was in flames.
My poor dog didn't make it, but, you know, my family is safe.
And in her family's darkest days, her class at Foothill Country Day School in Claremont stepped up to help.
When I first heard about it, I felt sad. I wanted to, help, try and help her. Even though I couldn't, I wanted to.
5th grader Emma Petrossi and her family started a GoFundMe page and in less than a week raised nearly $30,000.
See people donating and giving money to a teacher, people that haven't even met the teacher, but seeing the community come together has been an amazing thing.
Causey says the money's helped with basic needs to live.
I was out of the house and I didn't even have my shoes on. We're staying in a hotel now.
so that it's able to pay for that.
But it's the community behind the help, including the firefighters that were there on their darkest night, that's carrying them through.
I could not be more grateful for people who have supported us.
In Pomona, Anastasia Olmos, NBC4 News.
Well, it has been nearly 36 years since the first Beetlejuice was released, and we're finally getting a sequel. Now we have the first look images for you. Michael Keaton, of course, back in action as the iconic ghost Beetlejuice. He's rocking the same costume, hair, and makeup as well. The sequel, titled Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, also stars Jenna Ortega and Justin Theroux. Winona Ryder and Catherine O'Hara will also be back for the sequel, which hits theaters this September. Ariana Grande's grandmother is now making history. Grande's new single, Ordinary Things, features lyrics co-written by her 98-year-old Nona, Marjorie. Billboard says the song debuted at number 55 this week, making Marjorie the oldest artist to appear on the list since it began back in 1958. The track ends as she remembers her late husband, Frank, never to go to bed without kissing goodnight, she advises the listener. A sixth grader from Silver Lake will be representing LA County at the Scripps National Spelling Bee. Here's the word that he spelled Wednesday night that punched his ticket to the prestigious competition.
Melologue. Melologue, Melologue?
That is correct. Speller, you are the champion. Congratulations.
You can't believe it. Oliver Halkett, pretty cool and calm about his huge victory. But we want to show you your mom's reaction. Look at this. So excited. She can't believe it. Her son now going to the Scripps National Spelling Bee in May. Oliver says he spends a lot of time practicing, clearly, and he's wanted to go to the national competition since he was in the 2nd grade. And also, 2 students from San Bernardino County will be competing in the Scripps National Spelling Bee. 6th graders Shrey Parikh and 8th graders Srikanth Kumar, both from the Etiwanda School District. They won their county spelling competition last week, and congratulations to all of them. Remember, you can always get news, weather updates on our NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. I want to thank you so much for watching The Rundown.